Hello and welcome to today's special episode of the Teardown Sessions. I am your host, Helen Leigh, and I'm joining you here today from the very busy Supercon here in LA, in Pasadena, to be more specific. And I've got a number of guests coming on today, all sorts of interesting people from Crowd Supply who are here at Supercon, as well as lots of other interesting people as well. But before I bring on my first guest, I am going to show you where I am, and I'm also going to take you through a few things that are happening at Crowd Supply at the moment. So let me just show you what's up. Here is where I am. It's the 2024 Hackaday Superconference. I've been coming to this for many years. It's one of the mainstays in the Hardware Hackers US calendar. And please don't believe this. They actually just sold out. I just asked. So they've actually sold out for this year. However, if you do want to participate, you can watch the stream live on Hackaday's YouTube, and they'll be streaming the main stage, and then after the main stage, after the conference has ended, they'll put up the second track of talks as well. So you can still watch, and obviously I will be giving you a look around the event today as well. So yeah, that's where I am. Of course, this is the Hackaday schedule. I'll take you through some of that in a minute. But before I do that, I'm just going to give a quick shout out to some things that are happening on Crowd Supply right now. We've got a mere 6 days left for Joey Castillo's Sensor Watch Pro campaign. He will be here, but not until later, so he won't be on the stream today. So this is going really well. He's raised over 80K for it. Good job, Joey. If you want to support him for this Casio watch hack, you have 6 days left to do that. Also live on Crowd Supply also has 6 days left, and we have Aleksa's Thunderscope, which is a open source oscilloscope, like a software-defined oscilloscope with some really great open source hardware. This has got an amazing community behind it, and I'm very excited to see this come to life. We'll be speaking with him. He's here actually, so he'll be on the stream in a bit. Also live at the moment is Jumperless V5, which has raised over 125K. Good for you, Kevin. He's here and he'll be on the stream as well. And this was a super popular workshop at our Teardown conference in 2024. And he's a delightful human being. Oh, it's using the RP2350. Nice. Okay, so there's who else have we got? We've got the USB Insight Hub. This just launched today, USB interfacing tool. And the other one that's gone live today, also somebody who's at Crowd Supply who'll be joining us, he's actually just behind me, is this delightful and very nice to hold Solder Ninja pen. It is a USB powered soldering iron, the best kind of soldering iron in my opinion, and it is compatible with Weller tips. Now, I do have a Weller and I do have a TS80, so I'm definitely I'm the exact market for this. So I'm definitely going to be buying one of these myself. I'm getting excited to talk to him about that as well. Okay, so that's what we've got going on at Crowd Supply at the moment. So before I bring on my first guest, I just wanted to give a shout out to Hackaday. Thank you for putting on this conference, and also thank you for letting me do this stream here. It's really cool. Big fan of this. We'll look over this together in a bit, but because I see my first guest outside the door, ready and waiting, we'll come back to the schedule, and we're going to bring on Joe Fitzgerald. Let me bring the chair in. Do you want to come in, Joe? Here we go. Welcome. All right, you have two options. You can be, why don't we, let's do the YouTuber thing. We can use my lapel mic as a passable microphone, okay. Or I can mic you up here. What do you prefer? You don't care. We'll do this. Hello, Joe.
Hey,
would you like to introduce yourself?
Hi.
And talk about what your, what you've brought with you?
I'm Joe. I teach classes on hardware hacking and reverse engineering, and I am the one who made Tigard happen.
Legendary piece of
which
hardware.
It actually originated because I was teaching classes, and then suddenly all my classes were not happening because I couldn't travel for a few years there.
Yeah, so happened, right?
Yeah, I don't remember why, but I was home, so I'm like, oh, let's build the thing that I've been talking about. I wish someone else would build for the past 5 years. So it's basically just an FTDI board with built-in level shifters, and it has wiring harnesses that are like nicely labeled. So like
such a nicely labeled wiring harness.
It's basically just easier to use. And I was just going to make them for my class, but then I got convinced to do them on Crowd Supply, and now I'm kind of stuck making them forever, I guess.
Yeah, it's one of these things. It's saved the bacon of several engineers that I know.
So I hear.
It's a very delightful little board.
And a nice
the wire harness, the labeled wire harness, like Yeah.
Yeah.
It's so good. It's so good. So tell me what you here doing. Are you doing a workshop here at Supercon?
I'm just attending.
You're just here to have a nice time and watch
I'm
some
looking forward.
talks.
I'm going to take Matt Ben's tiny tape out workshop. So
yeah, I did that a couple of years ago. It's a good one. For those of you who don't know, Matt Ben runs a tiny tape out workshop. It's open ASICs on how to make your own. It's kind of fun. Would you like to tell us about what you were up to last weekend as well, Joe?
Last weekend was B-Sides Portland. It's a security conference in Portland. B-Sides conferences are kind of usually like low cost or free. They're all over the place. They're often community run. And so I'm from Portland, Oregon. So we've got a B-Sides Portland, and I got to make the badge for that, which and you can see shiny moon, silvery moon. And I get people ask me like to make badges a lot. And I don't exactly like making badges all that much. I mean, I do like it, but I like making my badges, not other people's.
Yeah.
So this was kind of a neat project where it's pretty simple. It's an RP2040 microcontroller. It's got infrared, receive and transmit, and it's got a button and a screen. And so there's not much to it. It's just enough to let you communicate with other people and play some sort of game. For B-Sides Portland, we had a trick-or-treating game.
Nice.
Where everyone had a type of candy that they got to trade with other people, and then you could cash out. But hackers being hackers, we needed to make sure they couldn't just make fake candy. So all the
don't like fake candy.
All the candies were digitally signed.
Oh my gosh.
And the signature was checked when you received them to make sure it was a genuine piece of candy and it wasn't, tampered with somehow. And then you got to cash out for real candy, which was kind of
that's really cool.
But my goal with this is to have like an open hardware design. So we used a very similar design for B-Sides San Francisco, actually the same design for B-Sides San Francisco. You'll see it's very similar sizes and everything. Minor tuning on the infrared communication on that. But now that we've got 2 badges, pretty successful, large quantity, and there's 2 different games that they play. Basically we're going to have this thing all open. So like if you have a conference and you want a badge, or you say, hey Joe, can you make a badge for a conference? I'm like, no, but you can go to this website and type in the name of your conference and upload an image and click go, and it'll make the board files. It'll make the assembly files. It'll make the code for the badge, and it'll make the like flashing infrastructure.
Is this already in existence, or is this a project you're working on?
It's working on it.
So now that a really nice idea.
Now that this B-Sides one is done, I'm going to spend a bit of time backporting some of this stuff into the main repository. It's called OpenTaxis.
OpenTaxis.
Taxis is the species of the American badger.
Oh,
so it's the Open Badger.
Nice, the Open Badger. I like it. That's really fun. So can you tell me a little bit about what you might use this Tigard for? Tigard.
So Tigard is named after a city in Oregon, right outside of Portland.
Yeah, and I don't know how to pronounce that either. I do. Okay. I'm an Oregon transplant.
Most of the people who live in Oregon don't know that, so it's fine. So what would I use this for? So basically, you've got like 2 different color headers. One on the top that's yellow, and everything else is black. Yes, I know my left and my right. The yellow ones, those are UART, so just a standard serial interface. What's great about it is you've got a wiring harness, and they're labeled.
Yeah, so I think that's a really cool thing.
So let's go. So if you've ever gotten one of those like cheap ones, they're the same colors, black, red, green, and white. But we've actually got the TX and the RX labeled on the wires somewhere. Yeah, TX and RX. What I also like about there is there's little LEDs next to it, and the LEDs are right next to the pin. So if you plug this in and you start typing over that serial console, you'll see that light flash.
Nice.
And you'll know that that's the TX pin, and it's going out. And then when you hook up the other wire and it starts to flash, that means you're getting messages back. So it's like combining visual indicators with like labels and
it's an excellent debugging tool.
Also, you notice it's got like 9 spots, or 9, 9, but only 4 of them are populated because you really only ever need TX, RX, and power ground. But you've got all the extra wires in case you want to use RTX and CTS and DTR and DSM and DCD.
And what are you looking forward to at Supercon? Are you apart from just hanging out? Are you the hallway track kind of person? Are you going to do workshops?
All hallway tracks. So I'll do Matt Ben's workshop and then hallway con. Actually,
Hallway Con is best con.
Jimmy Go Pie is going to give a work talk
Oh,
tomorrow.
he's here as well.
And
Nice.
he's going to feature the Tigard because that's what he uses on a daily basis to do some embedded development and debug.
It's a really used tool.
Yes.
Yeah, it's very cool.
Yeah.
All right, we're at 12:12. It's time. Wait, where's my next person? Oh, there he is, Kevin over there. Okay, great. Thank you so much for coming and joining us. Absolutely, and I'll speak to you soon. All right, Joe. Enjoy the conference.
Sounds good.
Can you send Kevin in, please? While we send Kevin in, let's take a look at the schedule today. Ooh. All right, so we've got some great looking things here. Mini robot jam by Paul Beach. Is that Paul Beach from P. Maroney? Possible. Christina Seo, great speaker. Solving the last mile with 3D printed packaging. That sounds really interesting. The e-textiles for engineers. I think somebody gave me, I think this is the same person. Someone gave me this on the way in. It's a little temporary tattoo with an LED on it. So I'm excited to try that out later. Lots of BlinkyCon badges. All right, who have we got here? Let's get you. Hello, Kevin.
Hello.
Come and sit down.
Cool.
Come and sit down. We've just gone live. Let me take this off.
Cool.
We're doing a little
Nice
thing here. So would you like to introduce yourself and talk about your project that you brought?
Yes, I would. So yeah, I'm Kevin. Hi.
Hello, Kevin.
Hello, Helen. And yeah, so my thing is Jumperless V5 on Crowdplay.
Yep.
And yeah, it's a breadboard that you can software define.
Yeah, software-defined breadboard. That's how I've been. There's two campaigns we're live at the moment. We've got software-defined oscilloscope and a software-defined breadboard.
Yeah. Everything's software defined now.
Yeah, it's very blinky. It's very blinky. And what's this little? So you got them with you, right?
Yes.
Show me what you got.
So yeah, so the new one, what makes it cooler is we got a
breadboard ever.
–
Thanks, Pat. Hang on, let me spotlight us. Oh, there we go.
So yeah, so I hacked in a probe in the old one, but the new one, now it's like part of it. If I want to make connections. Oh my God, it's so hard to do this while I can't see. All right.
Here we are. Look, let's point this down. I've got smudge on my camera as well. This is terrible. Look, there we go. You see it?
Yeah. So anywhere I tap, connects them.
Yes.
And and then when you have that many LEDs, you can always make your own menu system. So yeah.
That's really awesome. And what version is this? Is it the most recent one? This is V5.
Yeah, this is V5. Yeah. I mean, we can make it more complicated. Say it's V5 Rev 3. This is almost final prototype.
So yeah, what have you seen? So this is V5. Like, how have you been seeing this used in the community? The previous Vs, are the previous Vs all available, or like what's the deal?
Yeah, you can. I mean, there's only one previous V. I didn't realize it would come up so much, but the first one I had 4 revisions, and I didn't want to say, version 1, revision 4. So I was like, all right, we're just gonna go to the end, V5. That's where we're at. Yeah.
And how are you using this in your work and in your daily work?
So the cool thing that we've been using it for, the whole community right now, because we just got like really good support for it, but is flashing stuff. Oh. Like it's like one of those little, USB serial things. But this just shows up as 3 ports, and you can just connect to the other port, and you can just be like, all right, TX RX is right there, and it will just do everything, like as if it was plugged in itself.
That's really cool. And it's actually, it doesn't come across on video as much, but it's very bright and very blinky. And this probe is actually really cool. It's a PCB sandwich. Do you want to talk us through this probe?
Oh, yeah. So there's a lot to this probe. It started as a hack, and it continues to be a hack. So yeah, it's got 2 buttons and a switch. That switch will turn it into like analog mode. So you can, like, that's just like a routable breadboard connection like anything else. Nice. And there's the connect and remove button. You can click those if you want. Yeah.
Oh, nice. They're actually kind of, they're actually built into the PCB themselves. So tell me about how you made this button. That's an interesting clicker.
It's just
You
a
can see here. So underneath, you've got just an ordinary, SMD button. But on top of it, on top of this sandwich PCB layer, you've got like a nice kind of like horseshoe shaped, like routed out. So it is a flap, essentially. It's a PCB flap. And as you press it, it just, just presses the ordinary SMD button below. But it actuates really pleasantly.
yeah.
Yeah.
I spent way too much time.
It's really nice. I've not seen that before. It's a really cool idea.
Yeah, thanks. And the crazy thing is that all goes through 4 wires. So I got 2 buttons, addressable LED, and an analog line, and power and ground all go through 4 wires. Because it's a jumperless, I switch around the connection. So like you're in this mode, and then it's like, all right, we're gonna power it with this other pin.
I like a little case as well. It's really clever.
That was a community thing. Someone made their own, and it's just become the de facto
it's a really nice
stand.
case. Yeah. I mean, I've actually never seen a breadboard with a case, a stand-up like this before. But it actually works really, really well.
Yeah, you kind of need it here because a display like that, the LEDs are so far back from the hole that you have to be like, it has to be pointed at your eyeballs.
There's Dave Darko from X9 in the background there. X9 is deep in.
Yeah. This is awesome.
Yeah, it's a great space. It's a really great space. So tell me about Supercon. Yeah. What's your relationship with this place? You've been in a lot. Like, is it your,
third time?
Oh,
Yeah.
Wow, that was a random guess, but I got it right.
Yeah, nice. So last year, like, I won the Hackaday. I got second in the Hackaday
prize.
Did,
yes. I remember. Yeah.
Which kind of funded this. Yeah.
I think you win. You win the prize. I got COVID.
Yeah, that's. I don't know. They're kind of about even. Whatever. But yeah, no. It's cool that like it's all the same people you just see.
It's very it's a very sociable conference, and it's not too big. I think when it's over 500 people, it becomes a different beast of a conference. There's more stratification of the attendees versus the speakers versus the workshops.
It is so different from DEF CON if someone is equating them in their head right now.
No, and I think I mean it's a really nice one, very community led. One of my favorites as well. Are you doing any workshops, delivering any workshops, attending any workshops?
No.
What's this?
I do not have the attention span for that. Okay, so I did an SAO badge.
Nice.
Or an SAO.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
That is very cool.
I write too much firmware already. I'm always ready. And I was like, I need something so simple that's just point-to-point wired together.
Wow.
I don't have to write anything. So it's a selector switch from an old like resistance substitution box. And it just connects one of the Nixie tube.
That's really
grounds.
Clever.
Yeah.
It looks so great.
And it was great because I hammered it out in a day and never had to think about it again.
It looks really nice.
Yeah.
I like is this like an official SAO holder?
Oh, this is the badge.
I haven't picked up my badge yet.
You haven't? Okay.
No.
Yeah, no. So that was the whole point of the badge this year was like everyone makes their own SAOs and stuff.
I've been too busy running around posting things.
How did they even let you in?
Yeah, I can get anywhere, darling. They can't keep me out. Yeah, it's really cool. And are you just planning on hanging out and hacking on the badge all weekend?
I mean, there's not much to hack on the badge itself. It's like a software badge, really. Like,
oh, really? What is it? An RP2040 or what?
Yeah. So it's a Pico W, and really, its pins are just connected to these SAO headers. The end.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's quite nice, though. Actually.
I was a little sketchy about it at first.
Simple design.
Yeah.
The one, if you have to spend the entire conference learning how to use your badge,
like the BOA 4, and like it was like the last party at the last day of the conference. Someone's like, "Oh, you can have it show your name or something," and I was like, "What? I never even touched this." Yeah.
That's really funny.
Yeah.
All right. So those are Joey. So Joey Castillo, who does Sensor Watch. He'll be here later. I've brought my Jelly Watch, and I've got all 3 of the versions of his Sensor Watch PCBs.
I'm actually representing Joey.
Oh yeah, so you are.
Yeah.
I'm always representing Joey. He's got an amazing hat now. He got an embroidered hat at Teardown. It was very cool. There's an in-house. You'll see it. He'll bring it here.
Cool.
All right. Do you have anything else you would like to share? Where can people find you on the internet apart from the Crowdfunding website?
Yeah, that is one place.
Yes.
I'm a rabid squid, I think, on Twitter, and Architeuthus Flux everywhere else.
A rabbit, like a single rabid squid.
Yes.
I did wonder. I asked you earlier, and I was like, "What is this?"
It was from the
A
Xbox
single-
Live days when it was like when we were playing Halo, like Halo 1, and I was
Oh
like,
my God.
you were killed by a rabid squid.
That's
And my name. I'm
Yeah.
everywhere. You know how that works.
Yeah. All right.
Cool.
Well, thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks for having me on.
Of course, always, anytime. Take your
Cool.
probe with you, and I will. We'll continue.
You need me to go get someone?
Yeah, Nicholas is right there.
Oh, cool.
He's coming.
All right.
All right.
Bye,
Adieu.
stream internet.
Oh dear. All right. Hello. Welcome, Nicholas. Come and take a seat. Hello. Welcome. Happy Supercon. You having a good time already?
Yeah.
Good. All right. Well, do you want to introduce yourself and talk a little bit about your device that you brought with you?
With great pleasure. My name is Nicholas. Should I hold this or?
I mean, let me feel like I'm doing something.
Okay. Fair enough. So my name is Nicholas. I'm the inventor behind the Soul Ninja pen,
Which I see on the table.
which, yeah, I bought one.
Wait, is that your packaging?
It is. It is. It's
I'm such a sucker for nice open source packaging. Ooh.
That's-
Okay, now you can hold it.
yeah. Okay.
Keep talking. I'll show it. Okay. First of all, we got to see this packaging. Yellow, bright, magnets. Who doesn't love a magnetic enclosure? And then, ooh, it's delicious. So,
Yeah.
tell me a little bit about this.
Well,
while I play.
so I'll tell you about the packaging maybe first, because
sure.
I wanted the packaging to be reusable, not just be a packaging to ship the product, but also be something that can be reused to bring the product with you anywhere you go, right?
Yeah. Oh, so it's actually a carry case as well.
Yeah, exactly.
Nice. Yeah.
Yeah, that's why it's a little bit sturdy and has some magnets.
This feels great. This feels great. I mean, so I first met Nicholas. That was the first time we met at Supercon, right? Yeah.
Yes, I think it was maybe
When was that? Like 2021, 22? I don't know.
22 probably.
2022. Yeah, there wasn't a 2021, obviously. Yeah, 2022. We first met, and Nicholas was showing me this. So basically, it's a USB solderer. Soldering iron, obviously, the best kind of soldering irons, but it uses it's compatible with Weller tips, which are like these really high quality soldering iron tips. And not only that, the body, like, I've loved this since the moment I've got it, actually, because it's like nice and weighty. It's like machined metal. It's not plastic. It's nicely made. And I always love the soldering tips that have the audio jack.
You're selling it.
Yeah. Oh no, I'm literally. I do like it. Yeah, no, it's cool. It's just a really cool device. I'm just a big fan of nicely designed tools,
Yeah.
And it's it's nice and light and
and also robust. I wanted
Yeah.
something to, I think a good tool should last.
No, I agree. I totally agree. And it's great seeing all of these open hardware tools as well. Going to conferences and hacking on stuff, having USB soldering irons, like, it's really a game changer.
It is.
I've soldered on trains. I've soldered on floors. I've soldered, since I got, we used to have to use the gas ones if you went anywhere, but now you can just solder anywhere. And if you're using, let's talk about firmware. What firmware are you using? Iron OS or?
Not yet.
Yeah.
I've actually reached out to the person who is behind Iron OS.
Yeah.
And so I sent him a message maybe a couple months ago, wanting to add support for it.
Amazing.
Didn't get a reply
Definitely.
yet.
Yes.
So I'll submit an issue. I think this is probably the proper way to do it. So I started drafting an issue.
Yeah.
And the current firmware is the firmware that I've written from
Mhm.
scratch. It uses currently Arduino, so that's pretty
Interesting.
it's pretty simple to hack, and it's not yet open source, but I think it will be at some point.
Yeah.
The hardware, the schematic are open source though.
So you're trying to get Iron OS working with it, but you've also got your own firmware as well.
Exactly.
So for those of you that don't know, if you're new to the USB soldering iron game, there's an open source firmware that a lot of people use. Like, it's compatible with the TS80 and the TS100, called Iron OS, and it just makes those. makes those soldering irons much more user friendly. You know, you don't have to have a specific battery. It'll work with whatever battery you've got. You know, all sorts of useful little functionality quirks
a lot of
that I like.
useful
You know,
features added by the community.
yeah, very much so. Very much
Hopefully
so.
what you want in a product.
So tell me why you decided on the Weller tips.
So the story behind that is I've worked for 10 years at a company and they had really good soldering equipment. That's when I started discovering soldering stations and how great they are.
Yeah.
But also very expensive.
Yes, they are.
And then so they had Weller soldering station. And I was amazed by just the fact that it uses a simple jack connector.
Yeah, the first time I opened my TSAT, I was like, what is this? I'm sorry, what?
Yeah, I was amazed. It's so simple. And,
I agree.
It works really well.
It's such a nice design.
But yeah, so I wanted to bring down the cost of good quality soldering equipment from, you know, high-end, high-price soldering stations to something that is more affordable and also that you can carry around.
Yeah, it's really great. So you got them set up over there, I see. Do you want to show what have we got here? I see some devices.
Yeah, this is pretty big obnoxious piece of marketing, but this year's conference's theme around SAOs.
Oh yeah.
I'm very much looking forward to.
Yeah.
And this is actually an SAO.
Oh, come on.
It
It's
is.
not. Oh my gosh, it is. That's
but it
ridiculous.
is breaking the rules. So, okay. So
So tell me how you're breaking the SAO rules. You've made an S. Oh my goodness.
So this is a soldering station. Because there will be a line of products. It's not just the soldering pen. It's also soldering tweezers. Spoiler alert. And the station and the station at some point. And so this is a bit of a prototype for what the soldering station might be in terms of functionality, but breaking out as the SAO. So maybe we should explain what SAO is for the crowd.
So, I mean, for those of you that don't know, SAO is originally called a shitty add-on, but they call it, what do they call it now?
Simple?
Silly?
Oh, maybe
silly.
Yeah.
Anyway, some of that
Much more
word beginning with S that's not a
easy.
curse. So it's originally, I believe it was just a 4-pin
Yes,
back in the
correct.
day, but now it's a 6-pin. It's a
It's a
6-pin standard.
It's a 6-pin standard. And so this year's badge is breaking out 7 connectors for the SAO. But it stems from this great wall.
Yeah. I love that's one of the iconic walls. So
Yeah.
I'll show you that when I go a little on our little walk around later. But there is an iconic SAO wall.
It's beautiful.
It is a beautiful piece of art. It is. So I'll show you that in a bit.
And so it's a beautiful wall where you can plug your creations on it, and it provides power. Basically, that's all it does.
Yeah.
And so I wanted to do a bit of marketing for the product, and I decided to use multiple connectors
To power. So
To-
you've got
to power.
four SAO.
Yeah, I'm drawing a little bit of
inputs.
power and putting it in a battery here, and so whenever you want to solder, you can just take this and start soldering from the battery,
That's
and
kind of
hopefully
hilarious.
not burn your leg.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go, soldering. I guess we should.
Ooh, beautiful.
Yeah.
Really beautiful. Very nice. Very cool. All right. Now I don't see my final guest with me, so I might just go for a walk. What do you think?
Yeah, I think there's
Yeah.
a few things to.
Yeah, I can't see Aleksa, so I'm gonna go for a walk to show you around. Let me just switch over because I need to use my phone for this part. I'll take you on a little tour.
Do one of those actually before you leave.
Oh yeah, here we are. I'm backstage. My mute site. Here we go. So I hope that people can hear me, but yeah, I think that's it. Okay, like if you can't hear me, let me know. I'm gonna start walking around. I'm actually gonna take this one off, solo layer my phone. Hopefully I'll be able to show you around. Thank you so much. All right, so hello, I'm just doing a little tour Here we have the pizza station, very exciting. Then we've got some nice standing tables up here. We've got classic Supercon row of hacking tables. Now expanded, there's actually quite a lot more tables this year. There used to be quite a lot of small. There used to be exciting to see this. Yeah, lots and lots of people working on their badges. Yeah, all this badge hacking going on of the SAOs. Here we are, look at those. And then we go outside. You can see all these folks enjoying the sunshine. Hello. Nice. I'm streaming you. Wave to the people.
Oh, hello, humans.
Yeah. Hello again, Dave. I'm just. What are you working on here?
We are modding.
You're on the internet, by the way. Hi, Deborah.
We're doing modding with a little text on modding. This is we're putting a grommet in the side to add a side strap to the bag, so he can.
Nice. I do. Thanks. Nice. You brought your own grommet.
Well, I brought it.
Oh, you bought it specifically. You're not always carrying around this grommet maker. Yeah, you had to. This is the whole bit. Oh, that's the grommet thing. The big green thing. Nice. Very cool. Well, thank you for showing us what you're working on. I'll see you later. Walking along, nice sunshine. Forgot my sunglasses coming in from the Pacific Northwest and regretted it. Oh, look, there's my fourth guest. He's out here sunning himself on the patio instead of coming to join me. Let's go and see what Aleksa's up to. Hi, Aleksa. You're supposed to be on my stream right now. Oh. No, you're already on my stream. Oh. It's fine. We were inside, but I thought I'd come out to give it a tour. What are you working on?
Well, I'm just hooking up the badge, getting all the different SAOs.
Nice.
Someone came around and just gave me a new SAO too.
Which one did you just get?
This is a POV one, so if you wiggle about,
nice.
you can see text.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's very bright right now.
Yeah. No, I need to put a stepper motor here and spin around.
Oh, very cool. Very cool.
Yeah.
If you got your Thunderscope with you, because I was gonna gas you up a bit on stream.
Thank you.
Look at all this. What's this? Show us your Pelican case, Aleksa.
So I basically have the full complement here of the scope.
Nice.
And then underneath it, I have all the probes.
Ooh. This is not the first probe I've had on stream today. Nice.
So yeah, basically you just dump all your probes here, and you also have a little USB cable.
Cool.
So that way you can efficiently carry around all your stuff, and that way your packaging material isn't waste, right? I want you to use the space and have the thing last for a long time, and follow you to different test setups, different places, and really just be a useful tool for as long as possible. So
awesome.
Yeah.
So did you actually say what it is?
Oh yeah. We say that.
Yeah.
So
most people might know, but
Thunderscope is kind of a new type of oscilloscope. So the biggest difference between Thunderscope and normal scope is not that it's just connected to your computer. It actually streams out all the data live to your computer using Thunderbolt/USB 4. And why that's important is if you actually manage to meet or exceed the sample rate of the ADC, which in this case is 1 gig sample per second on 8-bit mode, then you can actually use your computer's memory to store the samples instead of onboard memory. And that's really cool because right now, even the best scopes are 100 megabytes of memory is a lot in the scope. But you have how much, right? 16, 32, 64 gigs?
Yeah.
So you can do multi-gigabyte acquisitions like it was nothing, right? And that's really uncommon. And you can also trigger on your computer. So triggering goes from like, even if it was open source in a traditional architecture, you'd have to do the trigger on the FPGA. So you need to know how to do your Verilog or like even a more modern HDL like Amaranth, but like you still need to learn that FPGA stuff. Pretty uncommon. But with this architecture, to do a new trigger, you just like bring in the library in like C# for like TS.NET or Rust or Python, right? All things being worked on right now. And you can just be like, oh, I want a specific protocol, maybe something really weird and custom. Well, what's protocol decode? It's literally just edge triggers separated by certain delays. And if you meet that condition, trigger, right? And that's something you can do on your computer. And then on top of that, you can do all the post-processing and stuff on your computer as well. So your CPU does the triggering, and then the trigger data gets handed over to your GPU, which basically just displays as many waveforms as possible on your screen, right? So it really uses your computer to like its utmost potential, right? Which means that when you upgrade your computer, your scope gets better, right? And like, how often do you upgrade your scope? Like, not that often. So I think it's one of the ways I'm trying to make this into a really long-lasting thing that's going to last like for basically your entire learning journey. If this is like your first scope, because that's when I started making this. Like, I was tinkering around with my first scope, a 20 megahertz 2-channel little scope, and I wanted to make something that I would be like proud to have as my first scope, and that would last me for a lot longer. Because that first scope lasted me for like a year, and then I had to find something else. So I want someone to have this and be able to have it grow with them.
Very cool.
A while, or if you're already a pro, then you're going to appreciate all the effort I put into the analog front end. Because please read my latest campaign update, because I just managed to crack seriously impressive noise figures on this thing, right? It is now officially in the running with the best of the best.
Wow. Amazing. That's so good. That's so great.
So yeah, that's my spiel.
That's a great spiel. Do you want to tell me what you're looking forward to at Supercon?
So there's actually a talk on doing lock-in amplification with it. So like, as soon as I see a talk that mentions like test equipment, I'm like, I have to do that. And the other thing is like the group of friends that I came here with, 4 of them are doing talks. 4 out of 6.
That's amazing.
And the 2 that aren't doing talks were like me and my buddy Eric, who did talks last year.
Who are the other people you came with?
Okay, so Kit, Sarah. She's doing a talk. Randy's doing a talk on CAN bus stuff. That's
nice.
Really neat. And then Nanik's doing a talk on like analog design.
Nice.
And Paul's also doing a talk on escape room stuff.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, so this is super cool. And then like Eric did the talk on sheet metal last year. I recommend checking that out. Sheet metal, like, it's so easy to do and it's so durable that like once you get into it, it's like, okay, do I 3D print this or do I just send it to send and get back like a sheet metal part that's going to last me forever?
Yeah.
And then of course I've got the talk on scope front ends last year, which is now like half of it is out of date because I was talking about problems I was facing, and it turns out neither one of those problems were the real problem. So I'm like very tempted to do a lightning talk and just be like, okay, that noise issue? Well, it was the realist, which is, again, also in the campaign update. Definitely check that out if you're interested in how I managed to finesse the front end on this thing. And also just the everlasting journey of figuring out a nice way to do these like bezels around the unit. So I actually have a mechanical model of that. These are the SLS printed bezels.
Oh, yeah.
So you can see it has like the texture of sandpaper.
Yeah.
I don't like that, and I don't like it that it's very matte. So
it probably keeps it put on the desk, right?
Oh, it does.
Yeah.
It does a great job of that.
Yeah.
And then there's also
this one's slidey. That one's not slidey.
This is the one that I made out of goo.
What? Sorry?
Out of goo.
Goo.
Yeah, SLA printing. Never again. And yeah, it's very rubbery. I like that. But you can see it looks slick, right? And it still picks up dirt and stuff, right?
Especially with the black finish, you got all these little.
Exactly, and that's the other thing. Black on black is hard to pull off because you need to match that really well.
Yeah, you do.
So instead, I'm actually going to go with like a dark gray, or like I don't know exactly, right? I have to learn my like Pantone shades. right? Because turns out you can't just go to injection molding places. They give it to me in a dark gray.
No, you have to actually get. What does that mean? You need some kind of actual value
I
in that.
instantly stumbled upon Timon's thread on Pantone.
Oh, that's
when I was looking up, like, what is this? How does this work? What's Pantone? So that's also a great thing to check out.
Yeah, he's not the here this year, is he?
And again, the amount of weird little details you learn when you take something to production is just insane.
Yeah, for real.
So I'm just really, really enjoying the journey, and
very cool.
I'm really glad to share that it's getting better, like all the time. And by the time it ships, and that's the thing, I will not ship this thing until it is.
You've got a really large community that are working on the software as well, along with you. So that's
right. I can only do so much.
You can only do the hardware.
I can focus on making the hardware excellent, and I'm really proud of like the latest changes on the front end, like the fact that it's on par with some of the best scopes in the world right now for noise. Like that's
good for you, Aleksa. Good for you.
But the most important thing,
I see Nicholas's project. Yeah. He was on the stream earlier.
Yeah, so
it's really cool. I love it. I saw it years ago at the Supercon.
I've been procrastinating.
Packaging nice.
Yeah, it's so nice. I've been procrastinating getting a Pinecil. Shipping to Canada.
It takes forever.
So now,
that's why I've got a TS80, not a Pinecil.
I'll get one of these.
Yeah, I definitely want one of those. I wanted to put. You're using it. How is it?
It's great.
Great.
Actually, I got the surprise from pottery.
Oh, you did. Fun. Oh, you did. This man did a really good job at the soldering. So I run a conference called Teardown, and he beat everybody by quite some way. You did it in 20 minutes, and the next closest was like an hour.
Oh yeah.
We have to really do a soldering time. This is really cool. It's nice to see it out in the open as well.
Yeah. It's rebooting right now.
Of course, it's rebooting right now.
USB power delivery is USB power.
It is.
The Pinecil has a problem for the battery as well. So.
That's
right there.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh yeah, that's a good idea. Yeah.
I think
if you use the Ion OS, I find it's much less fussy.
on the.
I've not used it on this before, but I don't have this one yet. But I've got the TS80, and I find it was really fussy with the battery.
Yeah.
What battery it would take, and then I used Ion OS, and it's pretty chill. Oh, it does that. Yeah, well, if
so.
That one's also dodgy, then I don't know how to help you. Sorry.
Last time I plugged it in here. Yeah, this one works, I think. Right. And then let's see if we hot plug it. But the fact that this has Weller tips is fantastic.
I know.
And if you look at the distance between your grip and where you're actually soldering,
and it's a really nice weight.
So much smaller.
Yeah. It's nicely weighted as well. You know, like it feels.
It does.
You know, it sits well.
I need to. This is the 3D printed case for the.
Oh, nice. Oh, you got a little holder in there as well. That's clever.
I need to adapt it for the solder.
Yeah. You should definitely post those files. I want that too.
Yeah. I think I saw this on this case on Hackaday.
Oh, you did. Nice. Nice. All right. Well, thank you for showing me your soldering irons. I'm going to keep going around the conference. Thanks for chatting. Oh, me. Oh, no, we had to have a chat outside on the patio instead of indoors. My life is so hard. Yeah. See you later. Bye. Sorry, my dear. Let me get through. Thank you. Okay, so here we are back at the entrance to the Supercon. Here is the lovely folks who will enter. You've got some really cool swag this year. There's a really nice bag. We got some stickers as always. Of course, as always, there is a Supercon mug. And this year they got a really nice looking water bottle. It's like a matte finish with a spot UV varnish, I think. It's lovely. And then here we have these SAO headers. We got this. This is the badge this year, which we've already seen. Take a look in here. That's where you pick up the swag. And then here is here's the check-in with all the nice t-shirts this year, as you can see, being modelled by this lovely gentleman. And they're looking great this year. I always do love the Hackaday design. I'm going to go back down around here. There's a nice entryway. Hello, Magenta. You're live. Yeah, I can help you figure it out. Right part up. You're oh no. Do you want me to solder it for you? What?
No, we don't have it.
still doing it. Yeah. It's a rubber ducky SAO. Very cute.
I can light it up for you like this.
So nice. I love that. Say hi to the internet. Can I go downstairs and look at the SAO wall?
It's not here. It's a design. Sorry.
That's fine.
Not bad.
Okay, that's okay. That's all good. I'll take a picture and post it online. Thanks, Magenta. All right, let me go back into my room. Keep myself here. Let's see if I can be heard again. Ooh. I think you should be able to hear me back in the studio now. Hi. Yes, thank you for coming on the little tour around Supercon with me. Unfortunately, the SAO wall, I'm told, is still in the design lab. It is not in the building, so I can't show you that, but I will post a picture of it on my Twitter or Mastodon or whatever over the weekend. I hope you enjoyed that little tour of Supercon. That was kind of fun. I enjoyed it as well. It's kind of very warm out there. LA in November hasn't got the memo that it's fall yet. Okay, so I'm going to exit solo layout, bring this back on. Oh, hi, everybody. You're very welcome. I like to give people a tour, see what's going on. You're very welcome. Let's have a little look at what else is going on the conference. We've got, so as I said, all of the main talks will be streamed live. This is starting tomorrow, and then track 2, which will be uploaded afterwards as well. This was quite fun. There's lots of really exciting looking oh, this looks like a good one as well. Agile manufacturing, we like it. And this body art with LEDs, actually, I think that's the thing I got here. So sprite lights, that's what I got here, yes. These are the these little LED body art image. I'm gonna put those on later. That looks kind of fun. Oh, this is gonna be great. Sean and Jovan, two of my faves, talking about their companion bot work with LLMs. That's gonna be great. Oh, this one looks fun as well. I spoke with Shriek last night. My favorite costume of the Halloween party, she came as Zephyr attached to a kite with code all over it. It was really cool. Yeah, one of my faves. So yeah, lots of really exciting things happening over the course of the weekend. As I said, it is sold out. So if you haven't got a ticket, you can't turn up in real life, but please do. Oh, this one looks good as well. Aisha, she did a great, she did something really cool at Teardown this last year. Oh, actually, speaking of Teardown, we have some news. Next tab over. We just made this live a couple of days ago. So you can't find this anywhere except for the URL at the top of the page. So it's crowdsupply.com/teardown/Portland-2025. So this is we're only sending it out to people on the stream and on the newsletter and our friends right now, because right now the tickets are half price. They're going down. We've announced the dates. It'll be June 20th of June to Sunday 22nd of June. Again, I've managed to book what used to be a Gap in a semi-abandoned mall in Portland, Oregon. It was immaculate vibes last year, and I'm very excited that they're actually not going to demolish it this year. We get to do it again. Also, we've announced our top speakers. So Friday is going to be opened with Cory Doctorow. Saturday will be opened by Kate Stewart, who's the VP of Embedded Linux, worked on Zephyr project, RTOS, also really exciting things. So we're looking forward to hearing what she has to say. And then Sunday, we've got Andrew Bunny Huang, who needs no introduction. He is going to come along and talk about open hardware, which I'm really excited about. So yeah, we just opened that. We've opened the CFP. If you wanna come along, I'd love to see you submit a proposal. We've got talks, we've got workshops, demos, lots of installations. We have a big hacker art installation. We have loads of tables where you put your projects. There's lots of chances to participate. So please, if you are interested in coming to Portland in June, now is a good time to go and check it out. We will be switching the tickets to ordinary. So here we are, super early bird. This is half price. We're going to be switching it to a normal early bird ticket in a couple of weeks, so the prices will be going up. But if you're listening to this, you get to know. All right, so that's Teardown announcement. That's fun. And yeah, so we are now. Oh yeah, this one looks fun. Live long on puzzles, sci-fi inspired escape room puzzles as well. That looks really dope. Lots of really cool things happening this weekend. But my favorite thing is always the hallway track. As you can tell, there's lots of really interesting people here that you can have conversations with and just hang out and hack on stuff. So that is what I am going to do. Thank you for joining me, and thank you for chatting or chatting in the comments as well. Always makes me feel less alone. It looks like it's a bit too hot. It is a bit too hot. Yeah, I wasn't prepared. I don't have powerful enough sunglasses for LA sunshine. I'm a Pacific Northwesterner now. Not used to the sun. All right, so I'm going to go off and start hacking on my own stuff. And thank you very much for joining us. And I'll see you again soon. My next stream will be, I think I'm speaking with Greg Stiert from Intel. We're going to be talking about their FPGA programmers as part of the Altera program, which is kind of cool, like talking about FPGAs. So that'll be the next one. I think that's on December 5th. And then on December 12th coming up, we've also got Modos, who are actually also here at Supercon. They are speaking, giving a talk on Sunday, I believe, on making e-ink go fast. They're working on some really, really awesome, like open source e-ink laptop work. So that's really cool. Yeah, great stuff. And they'll be on the stream around on the 12th of December, I believe, but that's not up yet. Okay, that's all I've got for you today. Thank you very much for joining us. And for those of you who are joining me at Supercon, I will see you soon. And for those of you who are not, I hope you enjoy the stream and have a great weekend. Goodbye, everybody. Yeah.